Yo.
Yay.
Mic check 1, 2.
Mic check 3, 4.
5, 4, 6, 7.
8, 9, 10.
Boom.
Say hi.
Let's run it.
So this is the P&T Podcast show, the P&T Sports Podcast.
What is up? What is up? Man, it's been a while.
It's been a long while. Very long while. How was your break?
It was great. It was great. How about yours, man? What did you do?
I worked a lot.
Yeah,
Went to work a lot. But when I wasn't at work, I spent a lot of time with my family. You know,
That's nice. What did you do for Christmas?
For Christmas, I was working, but after I got out of work on Christmas Eve, I went to midnight mass with my family.
Oh, nice. How was that?
It was very nice. Very nice.
That's good. That's good. All right. What's up, everybody? We are back. P&T Sports Podcast. That is right. We are on Twitter. That is right. We are at Ponte and Topete. Again, that is Ponte and Topete. Man, it's been a while since I've said that, man. All
Feels
right.
good,
Well,
though.
we have a lot to catch up on. We're going to try to compact as much as possible. But first things first, we got playoffs coming up. NFL playoffs. AFC playoffs, NFC playoffs, the whole shebang. What's your thoughts, man? How are you feeling?
Are we talking about the playoff games that are upcoming, or should we start off with what just happened this past weekend?
I feel like we should start off with what just happened this weekend because obviously the main topic of conversation is what is up with our Patriots dynasty.
Patriots and Titans.
Patriots and Titans. What a game that was. What a game that was.
Who would have thought that the Patriots, the offensive problems they had all year long, would follow them into the playoffs?
I did.
That's true. You did.
I did. And, I mean, it's just one of those things when you realize that the Patriots didn't have Antonio Brown, didn't have Josh Gordon. They had a lot of first.
They had
year.
N'Keal Harry,
He is all right.
Mohamed Sanu,
Eh,
Julian Edelman,
who,
Sony Michel,
back to
James White.
Back to Edelman real quick. Who
Major drop.
Major drop because he was hurt all season. He was hurt. He was supposed to get surgery, but said no because he figured that who else is going to catch the passes?
But he didn't catch the pass.
No, he
and
didn't.
that is the exact point. If you're a wide receiver, your job is literally to catch the football.
Yes, it is.
And if you're hurt to the point where you can't catch the football, you shouldn't be out there.
No, you shouldn't. And little fun fact, Edelman leads the lead in most drop passes. So imagine that guy who has been Tom Brady's sidekick for quite a while now leads the lead in the most drop passes.
Was he the best of Tom Brady's sidekicks? Because Tom Brady has had a lot.
No. Nothing beats Randy Moss.
Nothing beat that 2 year. Was it 2 or 3 years? I think it was that 2 to 3 year stretch where Randy Moss and Tom Brady were on the same team.
Yeah,
no one could compete with them.
It's up there. Edelman is up there with Gronk and Moss, and let's not forget about Deion Branch.
What about Wes Welker?
Wes Walker.
Wes Welker.
Hey, Tommy got some weapons. Hey, it's a new era. It's 2020. A lot of no-name guys are coming out. You would think that Tom Brady would make no-name guys name household names. He did that with Edelman. We didn't know who Edelman was. We were like, who the hell is this dude?
I remember when I used to watch them when it was Tom Brady and it was like Lawrence Maroney and Wes Welker, and they were going to the Super Bowls and they kept losing to the Giants. I remember Julian Edelman being on those teams.
I do too.
And he used to have long blonde hair.
Yeah.
And he used to be their punt returner. And I was just like, that guy, I remember saying back then, and I was like a little 14, 15-year-old little kid.
Yeah,
and
man.
I was like, I remember saying, that's the next Wes Welker. That's going to be their next Wes Welker after Wes Welker is, done. And he wasn't the next Wes Welker. I think he had a better career than Wes Welker, honestly. He became Julian Edelman.
Fact. Yeah, so that Tennessee Titans game and Patriots game obviously was a great game, especially for me personally because I was bold enough to bet against second half Tom Brady.
You bet against him in the second half?
Mm-hmm.
So it was a prop bet.
So basically, I was like, you know what? There's no way Tom Brady's gonna come back in this game and win this. I was like, not happening. I felt so confident about that too. So confident. I kept literally saying, they're not going to win this game. They're not going to win this game. And what happened? None of his players, they couldn't convert on third downs. A lot of his players are dropping passes. The run game was established but was not used effectively. I mean, there's really not much Tom Brady can do. He was frustrated on the sideline. He was pissed.
I honestly think that was probably one of Tom Brady's better performances of the year. It was the rest of the team. One of. Not obviously not the best one.
No.
But one of. I mean, it wasn't him per se that lost the game.
No,
you got to remember that last drive that they had the punt on. They would have kept going if Julian Edelman makes that catch. They had their defense all of a sudden couldn't stop the run, and their defense was vaunted all year as this like all-time great defense. But they were only all-time great because of Stephon Gilmore and how he held down that secondary.
Who got hurt too?
He did get
hurt. Him get hurt. He went into
and as soon as he got hurt, what did the Titans do?
Derrick Henry just ran like he has been running the entire season. Who leads the lead in rushing?
He He actually overtook Nick Chubb in the last week of the season to gain the NFL rushing title for 2019.
I think the Titans figured it out.
They definitely figured it out. I want to ask you though, the Titans, they did something I've never seen another team do before.
And that is, I know exactly what you're going to talk about.
What is it?
The clock, right? About how they managed the clock in that fourth down, and they just kept letting it go out. And they got the flag, and then the clock went back up and started running it again. That is Bill Belichick 1.0. I kept telling people, I was like, yo, Bill Belichick used to do that against teams. Well, if you really did not know that, then sorry, not a lot of people knew that. But I was like, dude, hey, this guy used to play and coach with Bill Belichick. Basically, he literally did the same thing on Bill Belichick, and Belichick was pissed off about it. Wow, the irony in that.
I mean, I don't think Bill Belichick has a right to be
pissed off about it because he used to do it all the time. I know that for a fact because he did that with the Steelers a long time ago. I know that for a fact. You were gonna say sorry.
I was gonna say he has no right to be mad about that because he literally did that earlier this year.
Yeah, exactly.
And so that actually wasn't the point I was gonna bring up. Yeah. I will say I did not watch any Patriot games. Really, except for the one against the Cowboys all year. Didn't really watch them all year. So I didn't know they did that until it happened. And honestly, it was my first time seeing it. But what I actually wanted to bring up was the Titans' 2-minute drive at the end of the first half.
That was I honestly thought they were going to score. They had 2 minutes.
They did score.
Oh wait, the 2-minute one. Are you talking about the run that Derrick Henry did?
Well,
because the only touchdown that the Titans had was from the first half where Derrick Henry ran it in. That was the only time they scored.
Right, and that was before the first half. Or before.
That was the last time Derrick Henry scored. That's the last time any Titans offense scored until the defense got the pick six.
Right.
That was it. Is that what you're talking about?
Right. In the first half, right before the halftime.
Oh, you're talking about first half? Oh, yeah, that was a little slow on that one. Anyways, back to great. That was actually a really good first half drive with 2 minutes left by them. That was smart. Give the ball to Derrick Henry, let that man do what he got to do.
But for the whole drive, I mean, it was like 7 rush attempts and then 1 pass to him. And the pass is actually what got them the most yardage, was a screen.
A lot of people, I don't really watch that many Tennessee Titans games, but from what I've learned is that if you feed Derrick Henry will produce. He's that back that you need to give him the ball to produce. If you don't give him the ball, he is not going to produce what you think he's going to do.
A lot of running backs talk about needing to get the ball in order to get their rhythm.
That's Derrick Henry.
And that's exactly Derrick Henry.
Zeke is like that too. Zeke needs the ball to run the ball.
Definitely Zeke is like that.
Effective. Yeah,
and then you look at other teams like the Patriots who use like 4 different running backs.
It's hard.
Like it's hard probably for them to make a difference on the game when people know they're being brought in for specific functions.
Yeah, and that's kind of how a lot of the defense is like, oh, this person's in. Okay, I think we know how to.
Right, so
we know what we're supposed to do.
The Patriots are bringing Rex Burkhead in. Okay, so they're going to run between the tackles right now.
But let's talk about the last 2 minutes of the Patriots drive in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
Because, not going to lie, Tom Brady, 2 minutes left, vintage. Vintage Tom Brady, 2-minute drive. We've all seen it before. There's touchdown, win the ball game. walk out, see you next week. Right? That's typical. Yeah. That's a typical 2-minute drive for Tom Brady. I literally sat back and I was, not going to lie, I was kind of scared when Tom Brady got the ball back with 2 minutes left. I was already on my Venmo app, getting ready to send some cash. I was like, damn, I'm about to lose this already. This is really not going to end. This is not a great way to end my Saturday night. Just lost some cash right now. Then I look up and I see a punt by the Titans, 2 minutes, all that basically started it. I'm like, damn, we really about to lose this game. Then my buddy, shout outs to him, number 29 on the Tennessee Titans. If you're really all curious, he's a dude that literally put the ball at the 1 yard line to start that drive. First player down at the field. I was like, yo, that man's fast. I've seen that before. He's that fast. But not gonna lie, I thought he was really about to drive 100 yards just to kick a field goal to win the ball game. I really thought that was what was gonna happen. And then we see pick 6 to the house, gamers, in beautiful Foxborough, Massachusetts.
Do you think it's that for the Patriots?
For do I think it's dead? Bill Belichick is staying. Bill Belichick is not going anywhere. Someone said that. I heard rumors that Bill Belichick was going to leave and go coach. It was before the Dallas Cowboys did the whole thing. And I was like, he ain't leaving. And then I was like, that's Josh Daniels' job. Easy. Josh Daniels is going to leave and take over the Cowboys. No. And I was like, yeah, no. And then, long and behold, Tom Brady is now a free agent for the first time in his 20-year career. Just think about that. For first time in 20 years, you get to experience what free agency is like. Dude, that is mind-blowing. That's like Kobe in his 20th year exploring the free agency. At age 42. 42, free agent. What are you going to do, bro?
I mean, let's be honest. Teams are going to offer him contracts and money.
You know who might actually offer him? It's right up the street.
Los Angeles Chargers.
It's right up the street. He's from California.
Mm-hmm.
San Mateo for a lot of people who don't know that. He's from San Mateo. But yeah, like literally right there. Chargers can pick up the phone, give him what he wants, more than what the Patriots are probably going to give him. Hey, want to come over? Yeah, sure.
Do you think he would fix the attendance problem? Just him alone?
Are you kidding me? Bah. We'll start to see Charger fans come out of the forest left and right. Like, oh, you're a Charger fan? I had no idea.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
In that new stadium with the Rams on the other side.
All of the Rams fans would now be Charger fans.
No, it's going to be split. Basically, if the Chargers win ball games, then
I don't think the Rams are going to be good next year.
I don't even think the Chargers are going to be good.
They got rid of Wade Phillips, and I don't think their defense was the problem this year.
I didn't even know that until I looked it up.
I don't think their defense was the problem this year. Their offense was pretty anemic some games.
All right, we also got another wild card matchup that ended in an odd fashion. Vikings, Saints, OT.
Vikings, Saints. That was
offensive passing interference, yes or no?
I'm going to say it's not, because you look at what happened last week with the Saints and the 49ers. It's almost exactly the same play.
I'm going to say that was. So for those of you that may not have been watching the game or have no idea what we're talking about, so the Vikings won the game in overtime, which basically sunk the Saints. Everyone had the Saints winning the Super Bowl. I was one of those people that thought the Saints were going to win the ship. I believe it or not, I really was. But, so Kyle Rudolph, who's the tight end for the Vikings, went into the lined up, hiked the ball got snapped. Dude used his left arm for separation, which you cannot use your entire arm to push off a defender for separation. That is an easy offensive passing interference. Should have been called. They didn't even look at it. They didn't even say, we're going to look at it. They just dipped. The ref just left.
Well, they did look at it. They just didn't bring it to review.
They should have brought it to review.
Just
like after what happened the last couple of years for the Saints, are you kidding me? The last couple of years, Saints got stolen, got robbed by these black and whites.
Black and whites?
Color uniforms. Black and whites color uniform has officially owned the New Orleans Saints in playoffs. Not the teams, the refs have owned the New Orleans Saints in playoffs.
So why aren't we hearing anything from Sean Payton about this?
Because the Saints had a lot of missed opportunities to win that ball game, believe it or not. If you really think about it, they had a lot of opportunities.
So then why can't we say that's the reason why?
That's one of the reasons. But that just so
For
happens.
us to say that they lost because of the refs, is they would have to play a perfect game, and then for them to end up almost winning at the end.
You know what's interesting?
Ultimately, the one deciding play would be against. No, there was multiple.
Yeah, no, there were multiple. Yeah, there was multiple plays. Yes, but
let's not forget Drew Brees fumbled.
He did fumble. Which honestly, I was so shocked he fumbled that ball, dude. I could not believe it. I was like, "Bruh, he really did that." Oh, you want to know something really interesting about that game too? So I was riding on my betting high wave. Felt so confident. I was like, "Yo, whoo, just bet against the Patriots. I won. Let's do this." Saints, Vikings in the Dome. Saints score a lot of touchdowns over the past couple games. All right, I got this. Tell my buddy, all right, let's bet. What you want? At first, I accidentally put the Vikings, not knowing what happened. I was a couple of mimosas deep. Mimosas can really have you feeling some type of way. So I messaged him back. I was like, nah, I want the Saints. He was like, oh, let's change it. I was like, all right. Saints got to win by 14. That was when they were down. Third quarter. After the missed kick, I was like, bro, no way. Because I would have tied it. It would have been like a 0-0 ball game.
Right.
That didn't happen. So fourth quarter rolls around. I'm like, there's no way Drew Brees is going to get 14 points in one quarter. It's not happening. Oh, I forgot to tell you how much I bet. $100. I bet one band for the Saints to win by 14. But think of it like this. I really didn't lose that much because I used the 45 that I won for the Pats, for the Titans. Just basically we used it. Just split half the cost and just paid the rest of it out of pocket.
Okay.
So I lost little. I didn't lose a lot.
I get that.
I try to explain it to people, and they're like, you still lost 100. I'm like, I lost, but I only lost this much. I didn't lose 100. I lost this much. Yeah, I did lose 100, but I only paid this much.
I just wonder how you thought they were going to score that much.
I was 6 mimosas deep, bro. 6. And I looked up, and I was like, bro, I was riding a highway, bro. I was on one that day. Anyways, then we also got, what else do we have? Oh, Seahawks, Philly. Head-to-head contact, yes or no?
Yes.
From Javanian Clowney.
Yes.
Easy. Are you kidding me? Dude bent down, his head bent down. Boom. Looked like a buck trying to like pick up a fish or something. I don't even know. I don't know what bucks get.
So my thought on this is that it probably should have went to review. Actually, I'm almost pretty sure I saw that the league, the NFL, is not going to fine Jadeveon for the hit.
Doesn't surprise me. It's playoffs, bro.
True, and everyone gets the same check for the playoffs.
Seriously.
But everyone is saying that, and I heard one of the officials, I believe it was, I don't want to missay it, but one of the officials for the NFL, one of the correspondents, said that they believe that Carson Wentz was an active runner and hadn't given himself up. But a couple years ago, the same officials put in a rule saying that when a quarterback dives head first,
that is a head-to-head.
And it is, well, yes, it's a head-to-head, but also that a quarterback is giving himself up when he's diving head first. And I'm pretty sure it's actually the Carson Wentz rule, and they inputted it in when he tore his ACL.
That's right. He did.
They didn't even enact the Carson Wentz rule for Carson
Wentz. You imagine putting in a rule that didn't... Same thing with the Saints. They put that rule in for the Saints, and they did not even... But why are you making rules up if you're not going to use it? What? Are you trying to please? I know you're trying to please the fans, saying, "Oh, we're going to have this rule to make sure it never happens again because this team got robbed." I'm not saying that they did, but why place a rule if you're not going to use it? Honestly, honest to God, why place a rule if you're not going to use it? A lot of people are asking that too. Why? Just don't have the rule then. Like, take it off. Because a lot of the refs probably don't even want to do it. They're like, nah, we don't want this. Yeah, it's there, but we're not going to do it.
Yeah, so...
Well, why do you have it?
So, Mike Pereira, I believe, is the correspondent who said that on the Rich Eisen show yesterday. He also said that it's because the refs who review, the refs that are in New York who review, they're reviewing by different guidelines than the refs on the field, which is in total aspects of it is the whole problem with this whole situation.
I don't know why, but for some reason
I don't think challenging of officials' penalties and flags is going to stay around for the 2020-2021 season.
We've seen coaches challenge the penalties, and it just goes against them. Like, they're like, "No, you're not going to win this." A lot of the coaches that challenge penalties, they wind up losing because they're like, "Well, we believe what this is," and the refs are like, "No, that's not it." So we're just gonna say no, even after whole America has seen it. They're like, "Oh, that is a penalty."
Right.
Vice versa, it doesn't really work in the coach's favor. And
I don't think it's worked in anyone's favor.
No, I think it has. Yeah. Who was it that? Oh wait, no, never mind. I was talking basketball.
The Vikings.
No, I don't know. But anyways, so that's a wild card. It's pretty interesting.
Missing one game.
My God, I missed one game. Your boy.
My boy?
Joshy Allen.
My boy?
Houston Texans. Tell me, when you watched Deshaun Watson escape two massive...
Oh, I thought he was going down. It
looked like 250-pounders just coming full speed. But I would have died if I saw that. 252 big old trucks rush him. He escapes it. Throws it midway down the field. The guy goes all the way down almost to the 5-yard line. Game over. Dunzo. Bills walking home. Still winless in playoffs since 1995.
That play was an all-time great play. Because I thought he was going down. He got hit simultaneously.
Dude, I look like Eli in the Super Bowl.
I wouldn't go that far.
Hey, he got dragged. He escaped it. Boom. And then that's when the catch happened. But anyways, back to my opinion. But anyways, we're not going to debate that. We got a lot to debate about. You're saying best catch you've seen in a while.
Best catch?
Well, not catch. Best scramble, escape out of pocket from a quarterback.
I mean, when you think about like the situation, like that's enough to spark a team that could go on a run right there. Like that sort of play, that sort of like miracle-ish almost play. I thought he was going down. For sure, I thought he was going down. He escaped. He rolled out left. He spun around. Who was it? Was it DeAndre Hopkins or was it...
Who that caught the ball?
Who caught the ball?
It wasn't Hopkins. I can't think of his name.
Oh, no.
It was like
It was Tywan Jones.
That's right.
And he didn't score. He got down to like the 1-yard line.
Which is still unbelievable that he was able to get that far. Dude, they even got in field goal range right when he caught it. He was like, let's wrap this game up real quick. I'm going to get a couple more yards.
Well, I honestly thought about the game. Both coaches were trying their best to lose because I just thought they were making questionable after questionable decision, especially in the later quarters of the game.
Yeah, you know who made the most unquestionable decision that I think I've never seen this ever taken place on a football field? You know this guy has 1 year experience in playoffs. When there is 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter, you're running for your life. And what's the first thing that comes to your mind? I'm going to turn around and try to find my tight end who's right behind me and give him a little lateral pass backwards. Why? It's 1 minute and boy, you're trying to win a game, not lose it. Boy, he really could have lost in the fourth quarter. Bro, just either run out of bounds or just throw it away or just go down.
Well, it was an amazing play. I mean, he gained like 30 yards, and then at the end, he just decides to lateral it.
And then he loses the yards.
So then loses the yards because his tight end obviously doesn't catch the ball. His tight end panics and decides to bat the ball backwards.
Yeah, because
which isn't a penalty because he backed it backwards.
He had no idea what happened. He was like, "Oh my!" Like
he's not expecting the ball to be lateral to him. Right
no
there.
one is at that time, at that place, at that position. No one's expecting the ball to be lateral backwards. No quarterback in the right mind with 1 minute and 10 seconds left, when all you can do is line up your squad, hit the spike ball, and you basically go to second down.
And then let's not forget,
Bills really could have won that game.
Multiple times they could have won that game. Let's not forget in the fourth quarter when they could line up for, I believe it was a tying field goal. They could have lined up to tie the game with a field goal. And instead, they decide, even though we're in field goal range, we're going to throw the ball. And Josh Allen holds the ball for too long, runs backwards, and while he runs backwards, throws it at an offensive lineman.
Yeah, I remember that one. That was still fourth quarter.
Causing two penalties.
Yes.
One penalty being illegal touching of the pass because the offensive lineman with a football thrown at him, and he's just the blocker.
And intentional grounding.
Right.
Right.
And the intentional grounding is what was enforced. So Josh Allen then loses the down and also has the 15 yards taken away from him. And no longer in field goal range.
And the clock runs in 10 seconds. So basically,
right. And they
lost
have
10
a
seconds.
10-second runoff.
Like, wow. Like,
so it's fourth down. It's now fourth and like 25. And you're in field goal range to tie like 30 seconds ago. Now you have to throw some sort of Hail Mary or something that's going to get you 30 yards in order to stay in this game. So fourth down, ball is snapped. Josh Allen drops back. Offensive line can't block for him. He runs backwards 15 yards, runs back to his side of the field, the Bills side of the field, and takes a sack. Doesn't even throw the ball away.
Hey, you know what? I'm not gonna. I mean,
if he throws the ball away, then they're still on the like the 40-yard line of the Texans. No, he gives the ball to the Texans on like the Bills 35.
And then, honestly, we can sit here and dissect Josh Allen's gameplay, but I like to give a lot of credit to Watson, who played a phenomenal game. Not gonna lie, he played a great game. I was very happy for that guy. You know, it's the Texans, man. They're the team that.
You know who I'm happy for?
Kirk Cousins. I was just saying that. Shut up.
Taiwan Jones, former Raider.
The guy that caught the pass, right?
Yes, because I didn't even know he was in the league still.
But I don't even think anybody knew who he was.
Well, he's had like 3 position changes in the NFL. He used to be a running back, which is what he is now, and I think they moved him to wide receiver, and then they moved him to cornerback. He was wide receiver, cornerback, and running back for the Raiders.
Did not even know that. Did not know that. But we do have games this week since wild card is done, and we're on to divisional rounds. First set of Saturday games, we got the Minnesota Vikings taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And then at nighttime, to close off the Saturday games, we got the Tennessee Titans against the Baltimore Ravens. First game, Minnesota, San Fran. I can't tell you this. Minnesota's defense is really actually not that bad. I mean, they really haven't been that bad all season. They got players, man. Vikings are not that bad. San Fran on the offensive side, obviously, we know. Guap, Sanders, Goodwin. Who else am I missing on that offensive wide receiver? Oh, George Kittle. Man. Yeah, let's see. Who do I feel confident? Honestly, I feel confident in San Fran. Just Jimmy Guap. But it is Jimmy Guap's first time in playoffs. First time playoff jitters maybe might be occurring for him. Emmanuel Sanders has been here multiple times. This is not his first rodeo.
Whose defense is better? I give that to San Francisco.
I'll give it to San Francisco. Nothing against Bosa, man.
But whose run game is better? I give that to the Vikings.
Make sure that Dalvin Cook is all right.
Whose passing game is better? I would argue.
Guap.
Does he have the receivers Cousins has, though?
Thielen, Diggs. Yeah, you're right.
I mean,
there's a bunch of
Guap has who? George Kittle. I mean, he has the best tight end in football. Like, hands down.
I'm going Niners.
I'll go Vikings.
All right. Next game. Titans, Ravens.
Ooh, so this is the one I'm going to be most tuned in for. This is the Saturday night game?
Saturday night.
Okay. So the Titans are number 2 in rushing the ball this year, behind only the Ravens. So you have the 2 most dominant rushing teams in the NFL. I'm going to give the edge to the Ravens because I feel like they have 3 dynamic rushers and the Titans only have 1. I mean, when you look at the Patriots defense, even though they gave up a bunch of yards to Derrick Henry last week, Ryan Tannehill only threw for 76 yards.
Dude, I can't with that guy. I don't know. It's just like he's doing better than he was in Miami. I'll give him that. Like, he actually has some okay receivers. A.J. Brown's a good receiver. But also, you were saying about Titans offense.
The Ravens have more than just one dimension to their offense.
Well, that Ravens
offense
is scary.
Right. So where the Titans only have Derrick Henry, the Ravens they have Lamar Jackson, Mark Ingram. Even though he wasn't at practice today, I believe he's going to play for the game Saturday. You also have
Hollywood Brown.
Right, and then they feature the tight ends the most out of all the offenses in the NFL.
Mark Henry. Richard Mark Henry? Ooh. Andrews. That's his name.
Mark Andrews, right?
Gus Edwards at the back.
That's what I was going to say. Gus Edwards, the change of pace back for them.
And let's not forget about the kicker. Well. We always got to... Hey, Tucker, dude's nice.
I mean, if it becomes... What I'm afraid of for Baltimore is if it becomes a...
field goal type of game?
No, not a field goal type of game. Baltimore obviously can keep up the field goals. If it becomes a field position type of game.
Ooh.
The type of game we saw the Titans dominate against the Patriots.
Facts.
Because of their punter.
Facts.
Their punter.
Oh, yeah. Hey, that punter was punting balls, bro. Yo, that special team. Yeah, I like to give a shout-out to the Tennessee Titans special teams. Not only because one of my good friends, one of my homies plays for the Tennessee Titans, and he is one of the fastest, in my opinion. Yes, I know I'm being completely biased here, but I don't give a damn. Fastest special teams player on the Tennessee Titans. He's fast. So I like to shout out to Tennessee Titans special teams.
Right, and shout out Brett Kern for pinning the Patriots at the 1-yard line in that final drive.
Shout out to my homie Dane for grabbing that ball and placing it at the 1-yard line. Sick, man. Number 29, Dane. I can't pronounce his last name, bro. It's freaking hard.
Dane Cruikshank.
Oh, that's his last name.
Dane Cruikshank?
Yeah, that's his last name. Oh, man.
Dane Cruikshank.
Yeah, that's his name.
Shout out to Dane.
Screw it. Anyways.
Dane Cruikshank.
Okay, now he's going to be blasting his name. Remember the name now. Number 29, Dane Cruikshank. Let's go. All right, we got Sunday night. We have Sunday games too. Texans, Chiefs. Afternoon, then a night, or actually not, more like a morning game. And then right after that, we got the Seahawks and the Packers.
So going back to the Texans, Chiefs, it's in Arrowhead.
It is in Arrowhead.
I believe the forecast is not snowy for now. If that changes, I'll give the edge to the Chiefs, but I honestly think the Texans might have stumbled on something special.
Texans or
Deshaun Watson playing the best he's ever played in his life, and that is despite the fact that his offensive line still cannot protect him.
That's a fact.
Every single play I saw him drop back last week, he was rolling out for his life. Every single play.
I got the weather report for the Chiefs Texans game.
Okay.
Supposed to be snowing on Saturday. Clear skies on Sunday.
Oh, so
snow before, no snow right after. So you got who in this game?
Give me the Texans.
I'm going Chiefs, man. Patty Mahomes.
It's going to come down to who's the quarterback that can will his team to victory.
Yeah, it's
Chiefs, I mean, I think this is going to be a really, really, really high-powered game. I would bet the over for sure. I'm not sure what the over is.
Ooh, I'm going to look it up right now.
What is that over?
The spread is KC under 9.5 points. So basically, it's 10.
For both teams?
Yeah, so Texans plus 10. Under is for the Chiefs is under 10. They really got them scoring together 51 points.
Right. 50. So that's the over, 51.
Yeah.
I would bet that over.
So you think it's going to be a shootout game?
Yes.
I'm going defense, bro. I'm going under on that one.
Why? The Chiefs defense?
Yeah. Hey.
The Texans defense?
Honey Badger, bro. Honey Badger, has he ever been in this position before?
Here's what I'm thinking.
I don't think that man has ever been in that position before.
I'm thinking that both Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes are just going to light it up, bro. Both of them. They're just going to keep trading touchdowns back and forth. It's going to be one of those times.
You got to remember the defense from both teams.
I don't think it's going to matter with that.
We'll see when it comes to Sunday. We got another game. Seattle, Green Bay. This is
the game I would bet the under on. These teams cannot score. Even Green Bay, I mean...
46.5.
That's their over. I definitely bet under
So you
that.
think they're going to score more than 47 points?
No, I think they're going to score less.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too, actually.
Definitely. I mean,
do.
you look
I
at
really
it.
do.
You look at it. I mean, you have Seattle, who, I mean, even though they're on the road and they're very good on the road, they're not a team that dominates and puts up major points.
No, but they got Green Bay.
And Green Bay has played down to their opponents all year long. So if Seattle, who is not a very high-scoring team throughout the year, continues that for this game, Green Bay is going to be right there with them. It's going to be neck and neck. It's probably going to be a 14-14 game. That's going to be, 28 points?
Yeah, so this is the Seahawks' last couple of games. That kind of can define your under for the total points scored. Last game, they won, obviously, 17-9.
Right.
Very low scoring.
Very low scoring.
And then the game before that was with San Francisco, was 26-21. All right, that right there would have probably got
So that's
it.
47 right there, exactly.
They would have gotten it.
But that's San Francisco. That's not Green Bay.
So you're going under. Yeah, I'm going to go with the
I'm
under.
going the under on that.
But who you got winning the game, though?
Seattle.
I'm going Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. I'm going Russell Wilson.
You know what?
I believe in Russell Wilson more than Aaron Rodgers.
I ain't going to be mad. Actually, damn.
I mean, you got to think about that.
Actually, you know what?
The one.
I like to backtrack my choice. I like to backtrack my choice.
Are you sure?
Because I'm going to hammer this one in right here. I'm going to hammer it. Seattle Seahawks. Boom. It's over. It's over.
Over for Seattle.
But what do you think so you think it's the under. Who wins? How many points? Like what's the final score?
If I had to be honest, if I were to bet, I'd probably bet. I mean, what is it again? Green Bay -4?
Yeah.
So if you want to make money, you probably bet Seattle winning, because but I would honestly, if I were betting, I would bet Green Bay wins by like a field goal.
It's really gonna be a close game, bro, in Lambeau.
Very close game. It's gonna be in Lambeau. Seattle are road warriors this year.
They are.
But at some point,
7-1 on the road.
At some point, road warriors end up not coming through. I just, when you can't win at home, your success isn't sustainable.
Last fun fact for you. Green Bay Packers dominate at home. Seattle Seahawks dominate on the road. It's about to be a game.
Total domination.
Total domination. All right, so that concludes our playoff postseason update. That was fun. Wow, that was fun. We got a lot more to go, man. Dude, man, we've been out for a couple weeks. So, do you think we're going to sit here and not dissect what we missed? Hell no. We're going to dissect all of this. Notable news. We got some notable news, man. Who got hired today?
In news today, the Giants are hiring Patriots wide receiver or ex-wide receiver coach and special teams coordinator Joe Judge as their next head coach, per Adam Schefter. And according to Ian Rappaport,
Baylor head coach. Is that who you talking about?
Who?
Oh, never mind. Yeah, wait.
Matt Rule. That's the Panthers.
Oh yeah, never mind. Sorry.
So
Please
no,
ignore
it's okay.
what I just
so
said.
let's talk about let's talk about the Panthers. Let's talk about the Panthers hiring ex-Baylor head coach Matt Rule.
Okay.
And we can. I believe you have the deal.
I do.
The deal
so
details.
Matt Rule got hired today on a 7-year contract for the Carolina Panthers for $60 million with incentives that could be worth up to $70 million. So basically, he has a set of guidelines that he needs to complete so he can fully get his contract fully guaranteed. That's not the point I'm trying to make here. The thing I'm really curious about: 7 years for a coach that's never coached in the NFL before. He really did do a lot of things for Baylor. I give him that. He really put Baylor. He turned around that program from what it used to be with all the suspensions and fines and all that stuff to now. He did a fine job with that. So I give him that. He did a great job. But 7 years of the Panthers head coach?
They must have a plan in place.
He really must have. Does Cam Newton come back?
That's the question. And when you look at Baylor and the way they run their offense, does Cam Newton fit into that? I think yes, but it depends on if Matt Rule wants to keep Cam. And I mean, how old is Cam now? I think he's on plus 30 side, no? Or he might be 29.
7 years? Dude, they honestly, I'll give him this. I kind of congrats the Panthers for this. They're building something around him. So basically, they're gonna give him an entire 7 years till 2020 2027, that sounded so weird to say, but 2027 to either A, give this team a Super Bowl, B, get them into the playoffs, or C, just basically make noise. When I say make noise, I mean like actually like compete instead of what they've done the past couple seasons.
I mean,
you got Christian McCaffrey, bro. DJ Moore, who's on the come up. Cam Newton, the backup Kyle Allen, who I personally believe should be the next quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. With Matt Rule in there, clear the house, bro. Clear house. CMC, Kyle Allen running the offense. Come on.
I don't think Kyle Allen had a strong showing at the end of the year.
Bro, he's literally out here trying to figure it out. This was Cam Newton's offense. He literally ran Newton's offense. Brand new offensive-minded coach coming in. It's a matter of who's going to be starting quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. We got other coaching news, right?
Right. I mean, the Giants, they hired the Patriots wide receiver and special teams coach Joe Judge.
Interesting.
This comes out of nowhere. When you think about it, the Giants all day yesterday had been putting out that Matt Rule was their number one choice.
Dude, I thought he was going to be hired.
The story, according to, I believe it's either Ian Rappaport or Adam Schefter, one of those two, the story, according to them, is that the Panthers offered Matt Rule it was a 7-year contract? 7-year contract worth almost $70 million plus with incentives.
Are you talking about Judge or Rule?
I'm talking about both.
Got you.
So I'm talking about both Joe Judge and Matt Rule and how they go into each other. So Matt Rule, the new Panthers coach, called the Giants when he was with the Panthers. Called the Giants and told the Giants, this is what I was just offered by the Panthers. Will you match it? And the Giants, in response to that, said no and hired Joe Judge, the Patriots wide receiver and special teams coach.
Very interesting hire, though.
It is.
Special teams, offensive quarterback coach?
They also they have requested to interview former Dallas Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett for the position of offensive coordinator.
Yo, just think about that for a couple. Just think about that. The guy who has been on the opposite side coaching the Dallas Cowboys for almost about a decade long is about, could be, I'm going to laugh if this does happen, the offensive coordinator for the rival team, New York Football Giants. Just think about that for us. Like, you know how wild? Honestly, if I'm Jason Garrett, I would get out of that division. Like, why do you want to go back? Why do you want to?
What if it's his only offer?
Take a year off, bro.
Well, think about it. He's a head coach.
There's going to be coaching positions open next season.
Maybe. And what, does he pull a Mike McCarthy and just stay in a shed in Wisconsin somewhere and just study film?
You're fine, dude. You're fine. Bro, you've been coaching for a decade. You got a lot of cash, man. Camp out. Revamp the offense that you have. But you're going to be going from a high explosive offense with Zeke, Dak, Amari to Daniel Jones, Sterling Shepard, Saquon Barkley.
Well,
which is really
But yeah, then you have to take into account their draft pick.
On one of the projected sites, they have them drafting an O-line. This is exactly what
I don't think so.
Which they need one.
Well, they need an offensive lineman. They also need a wide receiver.
They need a lot.
You know who's going to probably be available at number 4?
Nah, I know the Alabama wide receiver.
Alabama wide receiver Jerry Jeudy.
That dude's a beast.
He's probably going to be their number 1 pick.
Without question. All right, so what else happened, Bo?
In other news today, former Browns quarterback coach
Ken Zampese
is in the building interviewing for the Redskins quarterback coaching job. Very, very small news. And the Browns, who still don't have...
Interesting.
Isn't it? So I guess the Browns quarterback coach, that's Baker Mayfield's quarterback coach, is going to go join forces with Dwayne Haskins.
Not bad.
And Ron Rivera.
Cool.
The Browns, who still don't have a head coach or a GM, as you said, they are interviewing Jim Schwartz. That's Eagles defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz on Wednesday. For Thursday, they have Vikings offensive coordinator Kevin Stefanski, and on Friday they have Patriots offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels, and they have already interviewed Eric Bieniemy, Greg Roman, and Robert Saleh. Actually, I don't know how to say that. Who is that?
They interviewed Greg Roman?
Well, they did, but that was, I think, at the beginning of the week.
Holy cow. Seriously? Wow. All right, Browns. You know who I believe is the perfect position man for that job? Just going to say
for
it.
the Browns?
Yeah, it's just going to say it, man. Josh McDaniels. But, yes, I know his head coaching career has been not perfect. Most of his seasons have been below 500 on actually all of his coaching seasons. Pardon me. Oh, I'm dying over
We would like to take this time to go ahead and plug our social media. You can follow us at Puente and Topete on Twitter. You can subscribe to us at the Puente and Topete Show on YouTube. And you can follow both of our Instagrams. I am Alex_JR_Topete. And Jordan is
Rexy_X_95. Sorry, I got something stuck in my throat. I thought I was going to die for a quick bit.
It's okay.
You know, I ain't going to leave y'all.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, Josh McDaniels, perfect hire. Young offense, trying to figure out his way. I'm not going to spend time on the Browns, but that's who I think should be their coach.
I'm going to go ahead and say it should be Eric Bieniemy. Now, if he wants that job, I don't know, because I don't think it's a very attractive job. If I was him, I would just stay with who is Eric Bieniemy with his team. If I was Eric, I think it's going to be Jim Schwartz, because he does have previous head coaching experience. He did coach the Detroit Lions.
Oh, that's
back
the
in the
Jim
day.
Schwartz.
Jim Schwartz, yes.
He's not bad. He's not a bad coach.
In
Yeah,
other
his
news today, actually this was yesterday, it dropped. Former Alabama quarterback Tua Tagovailoa has declared for the NFL draft. My question to you, Jordan, is Tua still a first-round pick,
Yeah.
even with his injury?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. He's going to have time to let that heal. Whoever he goes to, they know what injury they're getting. So either he's going to go to a team that already has a quarterback and he's going to be the backup until that person either A, retires, or B, gets traded, or C, contract expires. It's either one of those teams. Tua, my opinion, does he go to a team that desperately need him to start right away? No.
Well, let's run through the teams that can possibly draft him. What range do you think he's going to fall to? Is he still top 5?
Yeah, in my
So
opinion.
you still think he's top 5?
Yep.
So that puts him out of reach for the Patriots, who are at 23.
They're not going to get him.
That
and
puts
they're
them
not
out
gonna
of
trade.
reach.
If they do trade, the only top 5 teams they're willing to trade, Bengals, automatic, Joe Burrow, easy. That conversation is not even a conversation. It's just what's going to happen. Then you got the Redskins, Lions, Giants, Miami Dolphins. Unless Billy calls his old pal in Miami, says, hey, man, let's trade. You give me your top 5 pick, and I'll give you so-and-so with some cash and one other person.
Who would he trade for that?
I don't know. They somehow find a way to do everything.
Sony Michel.
Yo, that'd be nice. I mean, they just got rid of Drake. The recent backup, he's all right, but he's not dynamic. They need a wide receiver.
So
no offense to who do they have over there that's a stud? Oh, I forgot. Oh, Kenny Stills still there?
Kenny Stills?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
They Miami Dolphins, these people. Unless they, give Fitzmagic another year.
They probably will.
That would be wild.
So we should probably just run through who we think is going to be going our top 5 picks. So I'm thinking this. How about both of us are GMs and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So who wants to be number 1? Do you want to be number 1 for the Cincinnati Bengals?
Yeah, let's run it.
Okay, so you're on the clock.
The number 1 pick in the 2020 NFL Draft from LSU, quarterback Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow off the draft board. So Washington is now on the clock, and I'm going to say that Washington at number 2 is going to go ahead and draft Chase Young
from Ohio State University.
Beast defensive end. All right, so number 3 is Detroit. Who does Detroit
Lions.
go with?
Let's see. Who do I think the Detroit Lions? They really need an offensive lineman. On God, they need an offensive lineman. You know, that offensive lineman from Alabama is pretty decent.
So you're going.
And I kind of like what I'm reading right now. I'm gonna go Jedrick Willis Jr., offensive lineman from the University of Alabama. Roll Tide.
Okay. So that puts me at number 4 with the Giants. I'm going to say what I said earlier. I'm going to go Jerry Jeudy to the Giants at number 4.
Ooh, wide receiver?
Yep, wide receiver. So that leaves the Dolphins at number 5.
Do they go quarterback or do they go offensive line? Do they go wide receiver or do they go defense? Well, they did give up their number 1 pick from a couple years ago, Minkah Fitzpatrick, who I still can't believe they gave it to us. Thanks, Dolphins. But anyways, they need a quarterback. And, I mean, who's the second best quarterback coming out? It is Tua. But let's not forget Jalen Hurts is coming out too. Jalen Hurts
as well, yeah.
But Jalen Hurts is not going top 5.
You don't... Oh, yeah, probably not.
Nope, not happening.
So who do the Giants take then?
You mean Giants?
I'm sorry.
The Dolphins?
Yes, who did the Dolphins take?
If the Dolphins really want to play the patient waiting game, take Tua, because obviously you have an entire rest this season, and then if he's back halfway through the next season, there you go. Tua, easy. Go
Really?
Tua.
Really? Tua.
Yes, sir. Or, hey.
I see the Dolphins taking Utah quarterback Jordan Love.
Yeah, he's actually pretty good.
And I see Tua falling to the Chargers.
Really?
Yep.
No Tommy for
No,
LA?
Nope.
No Tommy for LA?
I don't think so.
Hey, check this out. They give Tommy the contract, bring in Tua for the backup job. You got Tom Brady and Tua.
Because Tua probably won't be able to play at first.
Exactly.
Ooh, that's a
If
good
you are
one.
an LA Charger fan and you heard that, I may be talking out of my behind, but hey, never say never, am I right?
Never say never. Let's circle back around to the NFL playoffs, the divisional round playoffs really quick. I want to play a fantasy pick'em game.
Shoot it.
So let's go ahead and draft right now. Let's have a live draft with the 8 teams that are left.
You gonna write this stuff down?
We're going to have this on recording. It's going to be up for everyone to know.
Oh, damn, let me go ahead and do all this stuff real quick. Man, I got last place in my league, bro. I should be the last. I should be the last person.
The pool of players and teams we can pick from is much reduced from the 30.
Thank God.
You have
how many rounds are we going?
We're gonna probably just go 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 1 flex. So that is 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 rounds. It's just gonna be off the top of the head, really quick.
Damn.
At least for me.
Let's do it.
All right.
You go first.
How about we do rock, paper, scissors really quick?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Oh,
we're doing
my
rock,
bad.
paper, scissors, shoot or rock, paper, scissors?
Let's just do rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Rock,
Paper,
paper,
scissors, shoot.
That's a rock.
Okay.
That was a rock.
Okay.
I lost.
So I win. I put paper down because paper is...
Beats rock.
Paper beats rock. Except for paper doesn't beat the rock because the rock is probably stronger than a piece of paper. Okay, so for my first pick... I really didn't prepare for having the first pick, so I'm going to go ahead and say, give me Lamar Jackson as my first pick.
Man, of course.
Of course, bro. He runs, he passes it. They're probably going to throw him a pass so he can catch it. Lamar Jackson's going to be a beast for me.
With my first pick, I'm going to go. Who's in this? Yeah, I got to go back.
So we have the
I got it.
Ravens.
All right, with my first pick, I'm going to go wide receiver, DeAndre Hopkins.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Of course.
So you got DeAndre Hopkins up there.
Hopkins is off the board.
So Hopkins is gone. I need someone for my other spots. Give me George Kittle as my second pick.
It's pretty decent, bro. All right, you got George Kittle?
That's right. Tied in the second round. It's kind of risky.
It's balls, bro. All right, with my second round pick, what do we got? Another? Can I do it? How many running backs are we doing? Oh, one flex?
Yeah, we got a flex.
Oh, two running backs?
We could do 2 running backs. I was thinking 3.
Easy. Man, I can't believe that you let me have this, man. I'm going Derrick Henry.
Oh, he was going to be my next one. All right, if you're going to go Derrick Henry.
So far, I got, Hopkins, Henry.
Okay, I'm going to go with Aaron Jones from Green Bay for my third pick. So I got Lamar Jackson, George Kittle, Aaron Jones.
With my third pick, I'm going quarterback. Yeah, what the hell? I'm going Aaron Rodgers, man. Aaron Rodgers.
Ooh, Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers leading the pack.
Give me A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown, wide receiver from the Tennessee Titans.
That's right.
All right, how about? Oh, I already got.
So you got DeAndre Hopkins, Derrick Henry, Aaron Rodgers.
I'm going to go Emmanuel Sanders, San Francisco.
Okay. Decent. My next pick is going to be, I can't believe you let me have him, Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, I debated. I debated on that one.
You went between him and Emmanuel Sanders?
Yeah, no, it's a weird debate. There's a reason why I'm in last place. Well, I got last place.
All right. You're up, I believe.
All right, so I already have 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, quarterback. I need a tight end here. Is Mark Andrews still there?
He is.
I'll take Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews. Okay. I need one more of wide receiver and running back. Oh, man. I can't believe he's still on the board, too. Give me Dalvin Cook.
I knew it.
Ooh, that's a steal. In the 6th round, too.
Oh, we got 2 more rounds?
Yep.
I need a flex. So give me Adam Thielen.
Okay. See, this is so hard. Because I think all the top wideouts are taken except for Davante Adams. Give me Mr. Davante, even though he let me down all season long on my actual fantasy team. Davante Adams, you, sir, have a flex and a running back position left.
How many wide receivers do I have?
You have 3 already. You have Emmanuel Sanders, Adam Thielen, and...
Damian Williams.
Damian Williams, okay.
Running back, Kansas City Chiefs.
That's our team. So my fantasy team for divisional round is Lamar Jackson, Aaron Jones, Dalvin Cook, A.J. Brown, Tyreek Hill, and Davante Adams with George Kittle at tight end. And your team is Aaron Rodgers, Derrick Henry, Damian Williams, DeAndre Hopkins, Emmanuel Sanders, Adam Thielen, and Mark Andrews.
You know, I can only hope for the best. It's one of those things. Just really hope for the best on that one.
We're gonna see. Who has the better team when we come back next week on that. We want to talk about a little bit of NBA, some NBA news before we go.
Yeah, we can get into that a little bit. Let's do a quick circle on the NBA. Obviously, but who you want to talk about?
Well, there's 2 big stories right now. Well, actually, there's 3. There's the possibility of the Kyle Kuzma trade. You have Anthony Davis not opting into a contract with the Lakers, a max contract. And then you also have the news provided by Zach Lowe from ESPN that the NBA is seriously reconsidering idea of reseeding the 4 conference finalists for the playoffs as part of a larger proposal to reshape the league calendar.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, but that will be voted on in April. So that's really just the news. So I guess it's between Laker news. Do we want to talk Anthony Davis opting out, or do we want to talk the possibility of trading away Kuzma?
Trading away Kuzma sounds pretty significant, I'm not going to lie, because if you think about it, if we trade away Kuzma, I read something, rumor, this is definitely a rumor, to the Kings.
Right,
for Bogdan and Fox.
I don't think Brogdon's on the Kings. Is he on the Kings?
Yeah. Wait.
Not Brogdon. Bogdan.
That's it.
Bogdanovich.
Man, I can't even pronounce that guy's
name. So Bogdan, I think I'm pronouncing it right. Let me see. Bogdan.
And then Fox for Kuzma.
Bogdan.
Yeah, but for Kuzma. So I believe what the proposed trade, because you know how there's the NBA like trade simulator online.
Yeah. I saw that.
So the proposed trade was, I believe, we would be trading away Kyle Kuzma, Troy Daniels, Quinn Cook.
Whoa!
I believe it was, and I believe the fourth was Boogie Cousins.
Whoa! No way!
So you're saying no?
No way! We're trading away any of those players. The player that should be traded is Rajon Rondo. Are you out of here? Throw Rondo in there. Don't throw cookies in there. Sheesh. Whoever put that in there.
Well, you have to remember, you have to make the salary caps work. You can't
then
just trade
give
away
Rondo. Rondo's on a 1-year contract. If you need a veteran in the locker room, give it to Rondo. Trade away Rondo.
I guess. I mean, he's
No
not the
offense to
playmaker
Rondo,
they haven't needed. I mean, he's not really been very good.
No.
Both Jordan and I went to separate Laker games this past weekend. Jordan went to the one on Sunday.
Great game.
I went to the one on Friday.
Which was a great game.
Both were very great games. Both we saw a bunch of LeBron James to Anthony Davis lobs.
Man, I couldn't believe it.
I want to ask you, who was the unsung hero of your game?
Alex Caruso.
Really?
But headband gang. See him doing a little headband gang. No, but on the real though, who was really that fiery force? I'm not gonna say. LeBron James with his triple-double on Sunday.
Right. Obviously, aside from the two stars, LeBron James and Anthony Davis, who was that third piece that you weren't expecting to play so well that played really well?
Well, Avery Bradley played well until he got hurt. A couple steals off the game, a couple assists, a couple made threes, obviously. Who else? Alex Caruso played a phenomenal game. He got more minutes than he usually gets, which helped him out. I mean, that's what happens when you play Alex Caruso more than you're supposed to. He's the bench player that we need, that the Lakers need. Literally.
My unsung hero for the Friday game, Danny Green.
Yep.
I think it was either 25 or 28 points. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, he played a lot.
He played very well. Hit 5 threes in the first quarter.
Yep, I remember that game. I was watching that game. What game? That was a Friday game, right?
It was a Friday game, yeah. Friday evening.
I was watching that. Yes. I was watching some of that game. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yes, I do remember that game.
It was amazing because last year I went and saw LeBron James play. And I remember just thinking, it's so easy. Like basketball, just looks like it's the easiest sport for him. It doesn't even look like he tries.
Especially when he puts his full body in him and he just drives to the basket. It's just but watching it on TV and watching it live, it's it really is that easy.
Sometimes, I would watch him and be like, wow, the way he's effortlessly just running as fast as everyone else on the court, and he's so much bigger than them. I was just like, that's amazing. And then I saw Anthony Davis play this past Friday. And dude, it was like I was watching LeBron James, but at a whole nother level. Anthony Davis was bringing the ball up, initiating the offense himself with LeBron on the floor. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. I was like, damn.
It's Anthony Davis' team.
Do we need another playmaker? I mean, Anthony Davis looks like he's pretty good making the plays himself.
Yes. Now, what the Lakers really need is they need a point guard.
But
that can play.
At what cost? Because what I get into...
No cost. They got Darren Collinson coming out of retirement.
Okay, so if he comes out of retirement for us, that's great. But if
Londo's
he doesn't...
dipping, Kuzma's being traded.
But at what point? Because Kuzma's salary is so small, what do you trade him for?
A player that can play.
But then you have to make the salary caps work, and that's the point I'm trying to make.
I get you.
Is that if we're going to make a trade, if we're going to substantially change the way this team is, do we want to do that? Because right now we're number one.
I heard it. I heard this rumor was they were going to trade Kuzma to the Knicks for Morris.
No, thank you. Are you kidding?
I saw that. I was like, yeah,
Are you
no.
kidding?
Honestly, I just want to see.
That would be the worst trade.
That would
ever.
be horrible. No, they shouldn't do that. And then I heard trading him to. But there's some of the rumors that are coming out. They make me laugh. And then obviously with Kevin Love's situation in Cleveland, K Love, LeBron reunion, trade Kyle Kuzma to Cleveland, get K Love.
But then you have
That's
to make
not
the
gonna
salary.
happen, but I saw it. I know
the salary working. I just don't. I don't want Kevin Love on this team. Honestly,
dude, I only want one person only, and that's Darren Collison.
Do we need Kevin Love on this team? Because
no, we don't need him.
Think about it. Think about the way the Lakers are structured on offense. LeBron James is playing the 4 most of the time.
Yes.
Then he's going to the 3 when
Yes.
you bring in a center.
Yes.
Kevin Love throws off the chemistry completely.
Yes.
Because he's either competing for
It's
Anthony.
not gonna happen.
He's either going to be competing for Anthony Davis's minutes, or he's
Or
going to be
Dwight
competing
Howard.
or LeBron James's minutes, or Dwight Howard's minutes.
Dwight Howard is.
Or JaVale McGee's. And right now, Kevin Love is not playing as well as those 4 players.
No, and it gives me a great time to mention this, that Dwight Howard's contract was not fully guaranteed until today. They finally guaranteed his own contract.
And that deserves
Well,
applause.
it's freaking deserved.
That deserves applause.
Are you kidding me? Man,
Whoa. That was a lot of applause from my computer.
yeah, there's a lot of applause, but man, congrats to that dude, bro. Happy for Dwight. Came
full circle.
From what he's was before with Atlanta, Charlotte. What was another team he was on? It was someone else.
Atlanta, Charlotte. He was on the Rockets, the Lakers, the Magic. He
playing like Orlando Magic Dwight Howard, but a little bit less. Like minute wise, effort wise. That is the Dwight Howard from the Orlando Magics.
I really think that the reason he's playing so well is that he lost weight, if you can tell.
Oh, he is slim.
He's looking slim out there, and he is running and jumping like he is 10 years younger than he actually is.
That's why when I was watching the game, I kind of wanted to watch how Dwight Howard's gonna play, but he was running like full sprints, ready for the lob, and he took a couple lobs too. And the blocks, 5 blocks in that game. That's the old Dwight Howard. And I should probably mention this. He was 1 shy of a double-double.
Wow.
Off the rebounds. He had 9.
Shy.
9 rebounds from the bench.
Come on,
the
Dwight.
Bench. 9 rebounds and like 10 or 12 points.
Couldn't steal one of those rebounds from his teammates. Come on, Dwight.
Gotta give it to him. And he wasn't. Typically, some players, I mean, you kind of see it. They get pissed off when they're like, oh, I almost got a triple-double. Dude, Dwight Howard's on the freaking bench doing headband dances with Alex Caruso. But Dwight Howard is looking like Orlando Magic's Dwight Howard, and he's very happy.
You can tell he's very happy.
Because he's finally playing with players that are good. Who do you play with in Charlotte, Kemba?
Who do you play in
Atlanta?
Jeremy Lin.
No one.
You had Jeremy Lin with him in Atlanta, too. You had Dennis Schroeder. Can't forget about the Dennis Schroeder, man. He's in Atlanta, right?
He was in Atlanta at that time.
He was at that time, yeah, with Dwight.
But man, good for Dwight.
Good for Dwight.
Good for Dwight Howard. Then Clippers are still on their load management.
Right. Did you see the comments that Dame Lillard had earlier today? I don't believe it was his interview. It was a written interview. Dame Lillard was quoted as saying that his load management comes in the summer, where he doesn't play pickup ball all summer long. And he says
that's what a lot of the players.
He says a lot of players should do that for their load management.
Hey, props to him.
But
honestly,
I don't think Kawhi is going out there playing pickup ball throughout the summer.
Kawhi is back home. He's here.
But do you think he's out there playing pickup games with NBA players? You don't see him doing that. LeBron was doing that. Carmelo was doing that. You have Devin Booker, Joakim Noah, all those Instagram videos, Kyrie, all those Instagram videos of people playing one-on-one with each other in the offseason at random LA Fitness and 24-hour gyms.
Yeah, what Dame Lillard said about teammates, or not teammates, but players from other teams meeting up with other players to play.
He don't like it.
He's not even with that. He's like, why do I need to play with people that I'm playing against in the season? Why do I want to do that again? No, I'm from Portland. I play players who are on Portland, not players that are not on Portland. That's why you don't see Dame Lillard playing. He just raps. He doesn't play ball outside. I bet he plays ball like here and there, like what's on his like fitness, stays fit. But he doesn't go out and play basketball against other players.
Bro, Dame Lillard, he's a pretty good rapper.
He's not bad. All right, you got anything else you want to top off that we might have missed? And
well, there is one last thing. Today is actually my first overall selection pick at quarterback for my fantasy draft's birthday today. I want to wish Lamar Jackson a happy 23rd birthday. Lamar Jackson, you're literally a human video game. Keep it up because I need you to score a lot of points. I'm thinking, should we place a little friendly bet on this little fantasy football wager thing?
But that means I got to keep up. When is this Saturday and Sunday?
Saturday and Sunday. But don't worry, bro. I'll pull up all the points together. We'll figure out. We can figure it out before we tape the show. We'll have should we just do some sort of awards ceremony?
Awards. I'm gonna get a little plaque.
Yeah, think about it. Yeah, little plaque that says you won divisional round. Oh man. Why don't we go to our request earlier today? I put up on Instagram. I wanted the people who follow me. I don't have a lot of followers, but you can follow me if you want to join that very small select group of people who follow me on Instagram, Alex_JR_Topete. I put up a story on my Instagram story saying, drop some questions for if you want me and Jordan, or topics if you want us to talk about them. And I actually got 2.
Oh.
One of our great friends and listeners,
Chile.
Jose Chile.
Hi, pal.
We already talked about Dallas signing Mike McCarthy as their head coach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Actually, we might have skipped it, but Dallas has signed Mike McCarthy as their head coach, and Mike Nolan is actually their linebackers, or not their linebackers, their defensive coordinator.
Oh, he left. Didn't he leave?
Mike Nolan?
Oh, no, wait. I know someone.
No, he was the former New Orleans Saints linebackers coach.
Oh, that's right.
So he is now the defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. And it seems like even though we're having Mike McCarthy, who is an offensive-minded coach, it seems, though, as they've given Kellen Moore the option to stay with the team. Now, Kellen Moore does have another opportunity to become the University of Washington's offensive coordinator under head coach Jimmy Lake. So right now we're waiting to see if Kellen Moore decides to stay with the Cowboys or goes to U of W. Personally, I want him to go to the Cowboys. I want him to stay with us. That's on
you, bro. What you thinking on that one?
I want him to stay with us. Obviously, he in his first year as a play caller and as offensive coordinator produced one of the top 2 offenses in the league. We were top 2 in passing, and we were top 6 in rushing.
That's
true. So I mean, he might have gone away from Zeke a couple times too early in some of the games, but he was a rookie offensive coordinator. I think that he's got a lot of potential, and he obviously knows how to run an offense. Definitely want to keep him with us. And I might or might not also want him to not go to U of W because I have an ex who left me to go to the U of W. So let's not send any good things that way.
Yo, was not expecting that one. That was from left field. Oh, buddy. Oh, you crack me up sometimes.
Me and her are still on great terms.
I need my water. Anyways. Oh, boy.
Our friend Jose Chile also wanted us to discuss the cheating
of the Boston Red Sox.
Boston Red Sox cheating
scandal. Well, that kind of came out
out of nowhere today.
I was in class, Didn't really get a full scope on it. Just read up what I could possibly read. From what it looks like, they had a video camera on the opposite side of the field, and apparently that camera zoomed into the catcher's crotch so they can steal the signs, and they reported back what the signs were. You know, you can put two to two together, and you get what turns out to be another Houston Astros 2.0. Honestly, this is why? Just why?
It's just ugly. I just hate cheating, especially when it's so easily catchable. You know that saying?
Hey, but technology this year, bro.
I mean, you just look at the Patriots and the whole Spygate 2.0 with the Bengals from this past season. I think that was our last episode. We actually touched on that.
Yeah.
And you look at it, and it's just like, cheating obviously happens, but
man,
it's usually the same teams that get caught. And at a certain point, you just have to say, can you guys just like tighten it up? Like, obviously teams cheat and try to get little advantages over each other. Because obviously the saying, if you're not cheating, you're not trying, rings true in sports. But tighten it up, bro. You got to button it up a little and just not get caught. Not be so blatant about it. Not leave evidence everywhere.
Yeah, it's just really one of those things where I am pretty certain the Boston Red Sox have not been caught in a cheating scandal before. Same thing with the Houston Astros. It's like the first time. This is the first time we've seen anyone being caught cheating for stealing signs. Caught. I'm pretty sure this team's still doing it.
It's the same exact thing the Astros got in trouble for.
Exactly.
So it's the same exact thing.
And what's even wilder about this, it's both from the Dodgers against the Dodgers.
That just shows we were the better team. They needed to cheat to beat us.
Bruh. The Dodgers, of all teams, that you just had to go and steal signs. Why?
Why us?
Why? Not why us. Like, why you got to do it, though? Like,
because
what
we're
are you
better.
Gonna get out of this?
Because the Dodgers are better. And they had to cheat to win.
Facts.
Straight facts. I'm going to hammer the table on that. Okay? And we actually have another friend of the show who
sick.
Also chimed in on my little Instagram story post at RYJ Reyes. He chimed in on my little thing, and he wants us to talk a little bit about, and I think this is perfect for a closing segment, the XFL rules that just dropped today.
I can't really say anything about that because first time I'm hearing of this.
Okay, well, it's okay. I have them right here for us. So the XFL announced Tuesday that its rules that which it will play football are going to be a little bit different than the NFL. Starting off with the kickoff, 10 players from the receiving team will line up on their own 30-yard line, and the kick coverage team will line up 5 yards away on the 35-yard line, shortening the distance between them.
Yeah.
And when you shorten the distance between them, obviously the collisions that's going to happen are going to be much less violent because they're at a lower speed. So that should, in effect, lower concussion rates than what the NFL has on special teams plays. Both teams are going to be required to have 3 players outside of the hash marks on each side and 4 players between. So every single team is going to have the same kickoff formation, almost exactly like what we have in the NFL. And the close proximity of the two teams, exactly as I said, limit the high-speed collisions that can contribute to concussions. The kicker will kick the ball from his own 25-yard line instead of the 40. And the kick must travel at least as far as the opponent's 20-yard line.
Interesting.
Neither the coverage team nor the blockers may move until either the ball is caught or 3 seconds after it hits the ground. So
3 seconds?
So not only do you have both teams just really close to each other on kickoff, but then they're just going to stand there and wait and, I guess, look at the ball, and as soon as it's caught, then they're going to turn and block or run and rush. Which I guess, I mean, that's, I think, is going to cause more return yardage, possibly more return touchdowns, because the coverage team is not going to be able to be in a coverage formation when the ball's caught. A kick that travels into the end zone in the air is downed and will be deemed a major touchback. Not just a touchback, a, in quotations, major touchback. And the receiving team will take possession at the 35-yard line.
What the heck?
So they want people to kick it in play, or else you get penalized, basically, and your opponent is on their own 35.
I need to see all this play out.
Teams will have to declare ahead of time if they wish to attempt an onside kick.
Declare? What do you like?
There's no surprise onside kicks.
Man.
For punts, the XFL will eliminate the coffin corner punt by what? What?
Whoa.
So they're getting rid of corner punts by spotting any kick that goes out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
So the ball goes out of bounds.
So yeah, so on punts, if the ball goes out of bounds, it's a touchback. And I guess it's considered a major touchback. And the same goes for a punt that travels into the end zone. So basically, your kicks you have to keep in the field of play, or else you're penalizing your team.
It's about to be a high-scoring game.
Very high scoring. There's going to be a lot of kick returns for touchdowns.
I need to see this play out. I know the XFL dipped for a little bit and then finally came back. I mean, when the XFL was around, that was wild to watch.
Okay, so get this. So downing a punt deep in an opponent's territory will also be more difficult because there is a rule that doesn't let the kicking team's gunners cross the line of scrimmage until the ball is kicked. So the gunners are staying in their spread out spots until they hear the kick of the ball, just like the rest of the offensive line or the blocking coverage for a punt team can in the NFL.
Interesting.
So there's definitely going to be a lot more kick and punt returns in this new league. Gunners line up on the line of scrimmage, so they're not allowed a running start like you get in the CFL. You'll get a lot of. Have you ever seen the CFL? They get a lot of players who will just kind of run from 15 yards back, so they get a running start. And they are allowed to move laterally though, so they can change position where they are on the field, on the line of scrimmage, just where they line up on the line of scrimmage. Inhibiting the downfield progress of the gunner is also intended to limit the number of fair catches. So yeah, this league is basically saying we don't want fair catches and we don't want touchbacks. We want kick and punt returns. There will be no extra points in the XFL. No extra points. Instead, the teams will choose from one of three options after scoring a touchdown. They can attempt a play from the 2-yard line for 1 point, a play from the 5-yard line for 2 points, or a play from the 10-yard line for 3 points.
I need to see all this play out before.
And a defensive return of a turnover is worthy of the same point. So they're basically saying if the defense intercepts or recovers a fumble and sends it the other way, it's only worth the 1, 2, or 3 points.
Wow.
And here is another rule. They're going to allow double forward passes. Yes, teams will be permitted to allow 2 forward passes on a single play. Could you imagine that? You throw to your wide receiver 20 yards downfield, and he can throw it to another wide receiver who is farther along.
I need to see this play out.
This is going to be crazy. I don't understand,
I need to see this all play out.
This sounds like it's a completely different football game.
I need to see this play out.
Okay, so there's some special rules for overtime as well. Games tied after the conclusion of regulation are going to advance to a shootout-style overtime, which each team will have 5 chances to score on a single play.
5?
5 chances
Okay, yeah.
to score on a single play from the 5-yard line. So it'll be like almost like penalty kicks in soccer, where each team, like from the 5-yard line, they get 5 chances. And then it's like if they only get 3 out of 5, and then the other team gets 4 out of 5, the team with 4 out of 5 wins. And then a penalty on the defensive side of the ball will result in the ball moving up to the 1-yard line. So any defensive penalty will cause it being moved from the 5 to the 1. Wow. And wait, and any defensive penalty after that, and in quotations, and says a defensive penalty on any subsequent play, including future round, will result in a score awarded to the offensive team.
Bro, I need to see all this play out, bro.
So if you're in overtime, you don't even have to actually get the ball into the end zone. If you can get the defense to jump offside twice or commit some sort of infraction twice, if you can debate them into committing a pass interference and then jumping off the ball, you get the score. You don't even have to get the ball in the end zone.
Wow.
So there are a couple other rule changes. Only 1 foot is required to be inbounds for a successful catch, like the NCAA.
I'm not gonna lie, I've not seen an XFL game in God knows how long.
These are completely different from the XFL's original rules, which were more like NFL football back in the day. There's a running game clock outside of the game's final 2 minutes. There's a 25-second play clock instead of a 40-second play clock. There's 2 timeouts per team per half instead of 3. And the halftime is only 10 minutes. Coach-to-player communication devices in the helmet will be to all offensive skill position players. And audio will be made available to broadcasters. So they will be broadcasting coaching adjustments live.
I need to see all this play out, bro.
Oh, there's a couple more. No coaches' challenges. All reviews come from the replay official. They have a replay official. And the last one, linemen are allowed to be 3 yards from the line of scrimmage before being flagged for an illegal man downfield, compared to the 1 yard rule for the NFL.
Jesus.
So, your thoughts on that?
That's a lot.
A lot of different rule changes. What I see is they're really saying, hey, we're going to keep the kickoff and the punt returns in football because the NFL's rule changes have almost eliminated those from football.
Yeah.
We're going to keep those in football because those are exciting, but they're trying their best to create rules to, I guess, mitigate and lessen the amount of injuries, the typical concussion injuries that happen on those type of plays.
Which is good. It's smart. Yeah, because the NFL had an issue with that, too. Right.
The only thing is that will it work? Will fans not be turned off enough by the weird rules to say?
Honestly, I've not seen an XFL game since even when it was still around. I only watched like one, so I was never big on the XFL. So that's why like a lot of these rule changes, I didn't even know what even like changed rules to begin with. I don't really like keep up with the XFL like that to like voice my opinion.
Well, the XFL hadn't been around in years, and these are different rules from what they had back then. So.
We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens.
With these different rules, I wasn't planning on watching the XFL at first, but now I definitely have to watch the first game and just see what these rules result in. Like that's like I don't even think I'm gonna be like, ooh, I'm gonna watch follow the players and no, I want to see how these rules affect the game.
Yeah, same.
Because the way I'm looking at it, if you have a guy who can just beast punt return and kick return, you could be scoring like 50, 60 points a game, bro.
Yeah, true.
So, yeah, it's crazy. I think that's gonna be it for us today.
Yeah, man. Jeez, we literally jam packed a lot of stuff. This has been fun. It's been a couple of weeks since we've been out of this. We're back, yo. We're back. Same.
Well, almost same.
Almost same.
Tuesdays. Oh, wait, Tuesdays.
Most Tuesdays.
Tuesdays will probably be most Tuesdays. We'll see. We'll keep this up. For now, from now until I believe February, when the spring semester starts, we'll definitely be trying to do this every Tuesday. If not, probably maybe Thursdays, but most likely Tuesdays. So keep your eye out for us releasing these every Tuesday night.
You can also follow us on Twitter at Ponte Entupete. Again, that is Ponte Entupete. You can also find us on YouTube at the Ponte Entupete Sports Podcast.
Yes, and be sure to subscribe and hit that little bell for notifications every time we upload content or upload a new episode. You get notified instead of having to search for it.
Yes. All right, this has been fun. If you want to follow us personally, you can hit me up, XC_X_95.
And then mine is going to be Alex_JR_Topete.
It's been fun, bro. Well, see you next week.